The vampires. Oh my gosh. What up? This is the vampire stream. Working. Yo, I just got this gum. What the fuck is this? What is that? What the fuck is this? So the space where there would be gum, what is that? What is that, birth control pills? Why did they put this? Isn't that so they jipped me a piece of gum? What is this thing? Was that a bubble level? Man, hell no. Is that supposed to be a grip? What the fuck? Hey, what the fuck is up with Eclipse? That's supposed to be a hand grip? Look. So it slides out. Boy, if y'all don't put another stick of gum in this motherfucker, what the fuck? I do not need that. Motherfucker. Contoured grip and shit. Okay. In case you got arthritis or some shit. Like, what the fuck is that, for carpal tunnel? Yeah. I struggled to get sticks of gum out until I switched to Eclipse. Now I can. You got the hand from Scary Movie? What the fuck is this? No, grab onto my strong hand. What the fuck? I'm hella mad at that. Now we gotta cut the turkey. Motherfucker had that hand like that. What's up? The vampires. Yo, I gotta buy some new gear. I've been doing some research. I was doing research right before I came. I set new goals. I promise you, we about to turn this shit up. I'm not gonna say too much. Motherfuckers be copying. But I looked at some new gear that I want to get to enhance the experience. You know, I take this YouTube shit seriously. This is what I do for a living. Oh my gosh, we coming. So I took a mental tally of what we need to do. You know, what I gotta earn. And we coming. But I gotta, I'm gonna chill out because I spent hella bread in December trying to enhance the quality. Chill out for it. But now I got something to work towards. What up, Fight World? The Vampire Stream. Thurman fight this week. Jaime Munguia. Somebody gotta give me their DAZN login. I canceled it. I'm gonna get it though for Canelo and Daniel Jacobs. I'm gonna get it again. Roberto, what up? I need somebody DAZN login. What the fuck? DM me. I need that login. I can watch this Jaime Munguia. Yeah, on God no. Shit, man, I more than pay my way in this boxing game. They just got it. DAZN. I'm telling you, what the problem with a lot of these companies, a lot, and I'm not gonna just go there and say everybody's individual name. You'll be surprised how many people work for these companies that don't know fuck all about boxing, but they're putting boxing events on, and their representatives, the people that work for them, they don't know or care about boxing. Like some people in the media too. Like I swear, I go to the fights. You know how many fights I've been? I don't even know. I can't even keep up. I can't even keep track. Been to several fights at this point. There's people that sometimes sit across from me, next to me, or I see, just in my proximity. They're not even watching the fight. They be on their phones and shit. I be like, man, fuck bitches, fuck texting, fuck Instagram. I be watching the fight. And I'm not talking about like, it's 2:30 and it's just an undercard that nobody knows this person. I'm talking about like co-features and main events, and they be like not even paying attention. Like, I don't know. I think that's why I've had success in this boxing game. because I was a fan. Like, you know, I'm really with this boxing shit. Like, I was a fan. It's, you know, it's my favorite sport before I even started covering boxing. I think that like like Dr. Dre's 2001. What's the difference between me and you? Me and you. About 5 bank accounts and 2 vehicles. Yeah, man. I'm we different. It's real good crack. Wait and see. What? Hey, I don't know what you talking. This man trying to sell some crack rock or something. Got these cheeseburgers, man. Please, man. I suck. Hey, I looked up and seen somebody pushing rock. I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what. I'm talking about boxing. You talking about some Tyrone Bigham shit. Goddamn, Joe Rogan. Listen, we in a good spot. I set some new goals. Boxing is lit. Yeah, man. All I seen was crack rock. This motherfucker talking about Reaganomics. I'm trying to talk about Thurman, Josecito Lopez. This motherfucker trying to. Anybody got a spoon and a lighter? Like, what you need a spoon and a lighter for? Holy you on that Pookie shit? No dude said I was on crack. Oh, all I seen was crack rock, and then I stopped reading. That's what I do. Like, I'm not trying to sound stuck up or nothing, but when I read crazy shit and it just get too crazy, they be like, "Ego, you're a bitch." I just stop reading. All right, I'm a bitch. You know, fuck it. It is what it is. You know, that's all I need to know is I'm a bitch, and then that's it. Why do I got to keep reading? I'm a bitch. You know, it'd be like, "Ego, you little fucking bitch. Stop reading. I'm a bitch." You know, case closed. Open and shut case, Johnson. I'm a bitch. Fuck it. So I just, you know, sit there in my bitch assness and then, you know, do something else typically. So yeah, when you're a YouTuber, when you're a host, when you know when you made it to this level, you can't read the whole comment, especially if it sounds crazy from the jump. The vampires. Hostesito gonna come ready. Hey, listen, y'all making this Josecito sound like he Ivan Drago. Y'all making me want to see this shit. Listen, I know it's boxing. I know Thurman's been gone for 2 years, but I still think he should be the favorite. I still think he's like my thing is this. Who's Josecito fought? You know, people keep talking about Thurman's been MIA. True, facts. Playing the flute, sitting Indian style. I get it. But who has Josecito fought in the last 2 years? Like I can't like I seen him like fight on like little small PBC, you know, LA cards or something. But I'm talking about what I mean is who is like the quality of opposition. That's what you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. Maybe y'all seen something I didn't, but the last couple fights that I remember seeing from Josecito was like little, you know, Brandon Rios was, you know, fighting first fight with PBC. All right, I'm on it right now. See, this is what I'm saying. Okay, so since Andre Berto, which took place in 2015, he fought once. You see, this is what I'm saying. Y'all motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Josecito Lopez fought once in 2016, the whole year, against Todd Manuel with a record of 12, 11, and 1. And it was a 6-rounder. Then he fought not Saul Alvarez. He did fight him, though, previously. But in 2017, he had one fight again, and he fought against Saul Corral with a record of 24 and 8. And then he fought his last fight, one fight in 2018, in April of 2018, against Miguel Cruz, 17 and 0. So, like, for me, all three of them guys aren't really big names. You know, I heard of Miguel Cruz and Saul Corral, you know, but I don't know who Todd Manuel is. But I seen Saul Corral, he fought Ortiz. Victor Ortiz was a guy that he fought. You know, and I think he fought like Saddam Ali. But I don't know who no Todd Manuel is. The only Todd I know is LL Cool J, Todd Smith, and Todd Bridges. So really, since 2015, he hasn't really fought to me anybody since Berto. Like he hasn't fought like a great big name, and he's fought since 2016. He's had one fight a year. So people keep talking about Thurman. Oh, he hasn't fought in 2 years. Well, in the last 3 years, Osasito had one fight apiece, and his last fight was April of last year, and it's January. So been about a year since he fought almost. Was it from April to late January? How many months is that? I think it's like 3 months shy of a year. So it's not like he's been not Tony Perez, you're doing too much. He says so Keith Thurman is cherry picking. No, I'm not saying it's a cherry pick, but what I'm saying is this like the reason I don't think it's a cherry pick, Keith Thurman ain't fought in 2 years. You better not come back and fight Errol Spence or Crawford your first fight back. It's not a cherry pick. I think this is a good fight. I'm not doubting Josecito has a very good corner, Big G and Roberto Garcia. There's good energy. Abner Matas is training for Tank. Mikey's training for Errol Spence. So, he's around good energy. He's a good dude. He's a warrior. You know what he comes to bring. But what I'm saying is people in the comment section are saying Josecito Lopez is going to stop Keith Thurman in 3-4 rounds and stuff because of inactivity. And I'm bringing, like I always do, bringing the reality back to boxing. Josecito Lopez hasn't had many high-level fights since Berto himself, and he's only fought 3 times since Berto. So I think this is a good fight with where they're both at in their career. If Thurman, the thing that's intriguing, I'm not saying Josecito has no chance because people thought that against Victor Ortiz and he busted a man's jaw and, forced to stop it. But I think Thurman should be the clear favorite, even with the layoff. And what I'm saying is the thing that's intriguing to me about this fight is boxing's all about timing. If Keith Thurman was active, then I would definitely pick him to beat Josecito Lopez. But the fact that he hasn't been active, we don't know what we're getting here. That's what makes this fight intriguing. All the variables taken into consideration. But if like, let's say Keith Thurman fought Sean Porter, Danny Garcia, and then 4 months later he fought Josecito Lopez, I would definitely pick Keith Thurman even stronger. But the reason why this could be a good fight is because Josecito is like a spoiler, and he's a warrior type. And if Keith Thurman is not hungry, or the layoff got him like where his timing's off, or his power is not the same, or he lost something in that inactivity, then it's compelling. But if Keith Thurman was active, then I don't know anyone, like I said, if he fought after the Danny Garcia fight, if he would have fought Josecito, I don't think it would have been that compelling. But again, fighting sports, boxing especially, timing is everything. It really matters what happened in your career, So I think the timing makes this fight interesting. Even look at like when Floyd Mayweather stopped Conor McGregor. I don't know what you're thinking. He took a long layoff because he had all that money fucking around with Floyd, and he lost. And then he came back and fought a Khabib Nurmagomedov. Like that's off a long layoff. Khabib's already a tough fight as is, even if you're active. But then I don't think that long layoff did him any favors. Plus, he probably drank and, was living it up with all that money. So timing matters in the sport of everything matters. Weight, how much weight someone ballooned up, if they had a fat camp, the timing, how long they've been active. You got to I look at everything. But for the people who are making it sound like Josecito is going to blow Keith Thurman out, then something must be really lost in that 2-year layoff. That's what I feel, because I don't see Josecito stopping Keith Thurman like easily. Like some of y'all are making it sound, hey, Josecito for the upset. Y'all making it sound like Josecito is Ivan Drago or something. I'm just putting it back in reality. It's a good fight based on the timing and where they're both at in their career. because no one knows what the fuck. Keith Thurman could go out there and look amazing, but he could also look like shit. It's it's really a coin flip. At the Sunday football, before they have the game and they flip the coin, that's what it is. Anytime anybody who's not a proven, like a Mayweather to me, or Andre Ward. See, I know Andre Ward personally. Floyd Mayweather, I know a lot of people that deal with him personally and have for years. So I trust those guys to do what they're supposed to be doing in long layoffs, when they have like 1.5 years out of the sport or 2 years. I know Andre Ward's not running around Oakland doing the fool and gaining mass amounts of weights and shit like that. Same thing with Floyd Mayweather. I'm not saying Thurman or anybody else did, but what I'm saying is I don't trust most people's regimen with long activities. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. Keith Thurman, maybe he stayed indoors with his wife and played the flute. I don't know. Maybe he was partying. Maybe he was like eating like crap. I don't know. So to me, it's a coin flip of how he's going to look. Make sure y'all smash the like button. We work in the realest chat and the realest cat. Let's get it. Gary Russell, he stays in shape even though he has layoffs. I give him that. But then again, he got like the Wayans family and shit. Like Gary, and Gary Jr. All of them fight. So even when he's not fighting, he's probably going to their fights or going to their Olympic trials or them in the Olympic. You know what I'm saying? So he's still around the sport. So it's easy to, especially brothers. We're brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give me a high five. It's easy when you have that type of brotherhood, like real brothers or just close friends, and it's like that camaraderie that'll keep you. Even if Gary Russell, let's say he's inactive or whatever, hasn't had that many fights, his brothers is still doing what they're supposed to be doing. So I'm sure that keeps him in the gym and keeps him in shape. Maybe he spars them. I don't know. I don't know all the details, but Miri, thank you. I appreciate you. He probably spars with his family for fun. Shit, they might even spar for not fun, like over some like top ramen and shit. Having siblings. You ate my fucking cup of noodles. Why you eat the last? It'd be real when you got siblings and somebody eats your leftovers or something you was saving. You might have to fight your brother for that. That's hella funny. Why you take the prize out the cereal? Why you take the prize out the cereal? You knew I was coming home from school for them noodles. I want just my noodles. I hit him in the back and you ate my noodles. If you really think about like what you argue with your siblings, it'd be like petty as fuck. But at the time, it feels so real. I like pork. That's the only flavored noodles I eat. Why you leave me with the shrimp? Like, it should be feeling real, at least to me. You like argue with your sibling about to cry over some fucking noodles or some shit. I every day after school I eat ramen. Why would you eat my ramen? Like, who ate my pizza rolls? That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Anthony Allen, $3 super chat. It'd be real. Be real. Why you drink up the last of the milk? You knew I said I was getting cereal. I woke up before you. Like, I told you before I hopped in the shower, I said I was gonna get cereal. You gonna eat cereal first. Why not? That should be feeling real. I hate this family. You ever just fuck around and lose it? I'm running away. I fucking hate this family. Like, you're doing this over some fucking Lucky Charms. You realize that, right? Yeah, ego. So yeah, you gonna run away? Like, you gonna sleep under a bridge over some Lucky Charms? Like, hell nah, bro. You doing too much over some Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, you're gonna be homeless, sleeping with bums over some cereal. I'm a prideful person. I be packing my bags and shit. Fuck that. I hate this family. That should be real. Fuck that. See, I stand up for what I believe in. I'll run away from home. I'm a prideful person. Like this Anthony Joshua situation. I don't care what none of y'all was talking about. I know the truth. I'm gonna stand up for that. I almost caught a case for my Fruit Loops. Hey, bro, you're tripping over some Fruit Loops over that Toucan Sam. Hey, listen. I feel like when I was growing up, we had cool, a lot of the cereals that are still out now, but there was some like, new cereals that emerged, like depending on what was popular, like Ninja Turtle cereal, or I think Urkel even had his own cereal. Like it was called like Urkelos or some shit. Didn't I do that? But I feel bad for these new kids, man. These millennials, these new children, they just it is different growing up now. I went to Walmart, right? I went to Walmart, swear to God. Went to Walmart. They had Sour Patch Kids cereal. Nah, bro. That's too far. That's OD. Like you want these kids to nah, bro. Sour Patch Kids? That sound nasty as fuck. With some milk. Sour than sweet. You eating the cereal like God damn. Making them Bill Cosby faces and shit. This shit sucks. The Sour Patch. I would like to try a cereal that's not sour. You see, like motherfucker making them Cosby face. Sour Patch Kid, Tiger, Sour Patches. Like, nah, bro. That sounds nasty. Even for kids. I know kids like sweets, but that's doing way too fucking much. I took a picture of it. I was baffled. I was shocked. Let me see if I can find a picture on my phone. Yeah, they gonna come out with some Sour Patch cereal. Nah, bro. I was bad as shit as a kid too. Let me eat some sugary shit like that. I'll fuck around and stab my teacher or something off that sugar high. Like, Ego, did you do your homework? Man, I'm all jacked up off the Sour Patch Kids. Don't fuck with me right now. Look, this is doing too much, y'all. I don't know why it's not focusing. Hold on. Look, this shit look nasty as fuck. Look, the kids look like dead bodies all in there. That's what's gonna happen to your children. They're gonna be laid up like that. Once that sugar rush leave them, they're gonna be laid on the floor like that. What the fuck? What is this shit? Look, and this one kid, he shot up the whole school looking ass. Look. Nah, bro. Hey, official Reckless, you out of pocket, bro. He said, here's 20 so you can test out the Sour Patch cereal for us. He said, much love, cuz. Hey, I ain't and you know what the funny thing is? Hey, that's fucked up. I'm not using the $20 super chat for no SPK gang. SPK gang. The funny thing is, Sour Patch is my favorite candy. But even I got standards. That's my favorite candy. It's good. Sour Patches are good as fuck for a candy, but for a cereal with milk, that don't sound right to me. Your kid gonna be all jacked up. You know, your kid gonna be bad as fuck, like Adrian Broner running around. When Adrian Broner getting in the MGM ring and shit, playing game, going in on Al Bernstein, that's gonna be your kid. Yeah, I fuck with Sour Patch Kids. The cereal don't sound good to me. Yo, that fucking cereal gonna wake you up like coffee. That's what I'm saying. Cause kids already be, I don't know where they get so much energy, but they already outlast adults, especially nowadays. You'd be like, damn, it's 3:58. You ain't tired? It's 3:58 in the morning. It'd be like they be doing their own vampire streams and shit. Talking about, yeah, the vampire stream. Like, go the fuck to bed. You ain't tired? Hate these kids. These badass kids, they be outlasting you and shit. Took a no-dose and little kids be bad as fuck. That's why, you know, Freddy Krueger, that's why he don't even try to kill kids anymore. Like, he go after like the teenagers and adults, motherfuckers with problems and bills and shit. Them bills make you tired, you know, when you have actual responsibility. That's why Freddy Krueger don't go after no little ass kids. See, he got burned because I think he was a pedophile or something in the movie. And he was like raping little, he was on some R. Kelly shit. Now, normally I don't do this. Like, if you listen, watch Freddy Krueger Nightmare on Elm Street. I think he was like, he was on some R. Kelly shit. So like the town burned him. But then as he started killing people, he started killing more like teenagers and adults and shit. You know why, right? It's because kids don't fucking go to sleep. So Freddy Krueger probably get tired fucking around waiting for him to dream and shit. Little kids ain't never going to sleep. Shout out to Official Reckless again, $5 super chat. He said, "Man, this is the first thing I was talking about when this is the first thing you was talking about when I tuned in." I know, man, it's getting bad too because we people are like, "I came here for boxing." He's talking about the Fruit Loops. The Black Channel. Why do black people like cereal so much? You better put some water on that damn shit. They be mad as fuck when we derive from the boxing talk. Fuck them though. As a kid, I would stay up until 2 a.m. and go to school at 7 a.m. Yeah, I bet you can't do that shit now. Because I used to do shit like, you know, when I was like 20, 21, we used to go to the clubs and shit. And I get home at like 5 a.m. Like, no, not at 5. Like, sometimes shit, fuck it. But sometimes I get home like 3:30 and have to be at work at 5 a.m. I was working at Costco. Man, I was so fucking tired. Just motherfucker. I was at Costco trying to put pallets in, moving like Thriller and shit. Doom doom. Doom doom. Doom doom. That shit. But I still made it, you know, through the whole shift. Shit. I wouldn't even try that now. We used to go out like Tuesday through Sunday and shit. Certain week, not every single week, but there was shit to do at all times. So we have nights like weeks like that where we went out like every day. Like, I wouldn't even imagine. I do a fight week and be getting tired. Oh shit, this weighing. You spend too much money going out all the time too. You know, you got to pay a cover. You got to wait in the cold. Drinks be $8 to $12 each. You know, if you buy a drink for a girl, you already spent like $24 just on drinks, just off 2. James Souza said, "I remember them days." It's good to get it out of your system though, because I knew someone who like, I think their parents were like super overprotective, so you know when they got on their own, they didn't know how to handle it. It was doing too much, like, you know, because it was like a type of freedom that they weren't used to. He said, "Ha ha ha, mess around, have a $200 tab." Yeah, it used to be lit in the Bay Area. I used to see all types of shit. It'd be like fights and they'd be pepper spraying in the club. It'd be like lit. And we would be like, we all go to Denny's or Nations in Richmond on the way home and shit. It'd be lit. I seen all types of stuff in the club out here. I got alcohol poisoning the night of the Mayweather Gotti. Damn, you. I'm about to say you got Gotti like that fight, but rest in peace to Arturo Gotti. He said I never been that drunk to this day. To this day. No, one time I had like I don't ever get like, I'm a big dude, so I don't ever really like, and I know my limits and stuff. I don't drink to be in a stupor, but I'm pretty sure I got roofied in Frisco because it was like unbelievable. Like, the thing it was only like 2 drinks, and I was like so ripped. Like, it was like, nah, man. They had Bill Cosby make my drink. I would like to put the Quaalude in Ego's drink. Like, off of 2 drinks, I had 2 Long Islands, and I was like ripped. I'm like, hell nah. In the club, I don't know if you ever went to like a family member, extended family, like an auntie or something, and they got them beads in the doorway. I remember I was so ripped in San Francisco at this club because this fucking Bill Cosby ass drink that they made me. They had the beads before you get into the men's bathroom, and I was like, yeah. And I just like slapped all of the beads, and they were like going crazy. It looked like Rick James hair and shit. Like, that's how I entered the bathroom. Like, that, I don't act like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a funny, when I drink, I'm probably funny. I'm just laid back, chill. I don't get like obnoxious. And I remember I was like, ugh. And then I like, all the bees went crazy. Rick James, all the bees like flew crazy. And they had a guy, I don't know if you ever been to a bath. It's kind of weird. You ever been to a bathroom where there's like this guy and he's like handing you like paper towels? Like, you take a piss and wash up, and then he'll hand you a paper towel. I would hate that job, FYI. Anyway, he was in there, got scared because I hit the bees. Came in all crazy. They had that when I went to Mexico too. This dude was just in there for tips, handing me like, that's weird. That's a weird ass job, bro. I don't like that. He just be posted in the corner, like posted by the, like a hitman and shit. I don't like that, bro. I don't like that shit. He need to get the fuck about the bathroom. I would hate that as a job too. Motherfuckers walking to the urinal farting and shit, and you just gotta sit there and endure it. It's one thing for it to be your own fart, but when you gotta endure somebody else's fart, nah, bro. Let me the fuck up out of here. I'm like, these motherfuckers farting, I'm out of here. I can't. Yeah, I can't. I don't want to be in nobody's men's bathroom. People blowing up. And like handing paper towels. Motherfucker got shit in their fingernail. No. I would have to definitely do YouTube because that's not a type of job I could. You know, shout out to any of my watchers that do that. You know, I appreciate you. I couldn't do that. That's that one job I couldn't do. I'd rather be like a dangerous job, like crab fisherman, something like that. I could do that. Well, I can't be that person in the bathroom handing paper towels. I get bored too with repetition. Handing paper towels for tips. Nah, bro. Yeah, they be having mints and shit. Like, y'all motherfuckers ain't got no condoms. You know, you don't got that brunette's fucking phone number in here. You handing me mints and shit like I just ate dinner. Fuck about. Anyway, I was smacked off of 2 drinks. Bill Cosby got me, bro. I should have looked at the bartender. And my dumbass, after the first one, I should have chilled and seen that I got roofied or whatever the fuck happened to me. But my dumbass had a second one from the same. I went back to the motherfucker like, oh, this tastes good. Hey, he hit me with that Cosby sauce. You know, that Cosby cocktail. Drip, drip. Plop, plop. I would like to make another drink. The ghost dad, you know, you see my movies and the pudding. The pudding pop. Those were the days. Anyway, let's talk about some more boxing. Someone said LOL. Wow. No, bro. It was like unbearable. Like I don't get ripped like that. You never seen nobody say like, oh, I seen Ego at the fights and he was just like sloshed. But I was like, I was like, you remember Martin on Bad Boys 2? Capitan Feng Shui. Like I was tripping. He roofied me. Fuck that. I should have been on Dateline on my story. Then I went to the club. Next thing I know. Yo, you kind of look like R. Kelly. That was just pretty terrible. Seeing that I look nothing like R. Kelly. Y'all gotta come with some better material. Y'all gotta come with some better shit. He said that was whack. That's what I'm saying. Hey, you kind of see this. What happens? See, I built to this, and I talk to my audience. They see me make a couple jokes, and then they want to add on. They want some of the shine. Go to your channel, and you get some shine. You do what I do. You know, nobody. We didn't come for your jokes. Like his cousin or some. You're just trying to make it worse. Like the first shit wasn't funny, and then now you're trying to add on to it. Yes, I'm R. Kelly's cousin. Ha. Got me. Kane, don't even bother. He is probably one of the regular trolls that come and say the dumb shit, and this was their opening. You know, because they always wait for something and then start. Yeah, Ego, you think you can block me? I'm back. You'll never block me. You know, and come with the weirdo shit. They try to segue into the creep zone. Nah, you can let him live. I don't care. You sexy bro, chill. Okay. See, right when I said let him live, he gonna say that. It was a matter of time. Yeah, clap that man. What happened to that boy? What happened to that boy? It's I think it's the same dude that I roasted and he's never got up. Remember when I was like weebity 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 wee? I think it's him. And I roasted him so bad he's never left me alone ever since that. I really think it is. I think it's that weebity wee WWE. Remember? I don't know if everyone remembers that particular stream. That's how you know you got roasted. You got roasted so bad, like a year later, you're still like on some Cape Fear shit. That motherfucker is, I will never forgive you for this. WWE. I really think it's that dude. Yeah, that slaving dude. I'm telling you, I think it's him. That motherfucker never gave up. Fucking WWE. WWE. That was. I need to find that stream. That was such a classic stream. That was so funny, dude. We he started talking about, for those that weren't there, he started trying to roast my channel, and I said, let's look at your channel, and he was doing WWE videos, and he was like from the UK, and he had like a real strong accent. He was like, what up, man? WWE, we. I was like, what the fuck is this wee shit? Wee. I gotta find that stream. Solo ho. He said, watching you at work, G. Keep it up. Shout out to y'all, man. We working. We WWE. I gotta find that video, yo. That shit was class. That's going into the vote. That's going into the vote. That man, he got flamed. He got flamed. I told you, this is what I do. Y'all can try to heckle me and shit. I'm like a comedian. I'm like Eddie Murphy in his prime. Like you don't want these bars. Trust me. You're not wittier than me. WWE, weebity. Like, what the fuck is some weebity? Get the fuck up out of here. But see, listen, life lesson is always the people that want what you have. They want to be what you are, and they don't have it, and they got the most to say. WWE. He was like, your channel sucks, man. WWE. All right, my channel sucks. You have all these uploads, and you talking about some WWE, right? And you have no views, no subscribers, all negative dislikes. They're not fucking with you, bro. Here's what they think about you, but you trying to comment on my shit. See, they don't expect for me to. They want to say the slick shit. That they think I'm like, this is Ellie. Ellie, he's about his business. He probably don't make time to respond. I respond back. Let's go. Let's play the dozens. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who's funnier. Let's see who's wittier. I'm with that. So they never expect for it. They say this crazy shit, not expecting a response. Well, you're not gonna just try to bait me and get a response. It's just gonna be totally random when I feel like responding. That dude started trolling and hating on Ego, and Ego trolled him back. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. And the funny thing is, what I've noticed in this boxing game, the motherfuckers, they're mad. They're jealous. They see us doing things our way. I could talk to y'all about partying, going out, drinking, and being tipsy. New movies that came out, they're jealous of that. They are jealous of that. They're like, damn, how's this boxing channel? How's he got this versatility with his crowd? People like my dude, Real Brother 32, he left like $200 on Super Chat just on the last live stream. Just like a boss, like nothing, And they're mad because we have that type of relationship. Ego's Army, People's Champ. I don't have to say, all I have to do is, work hard for you guys, be honest with myself as a person, my values, my virtues, my principles, and keep it pushing. And they always come from me. You notice I never come for them. I don't just pick people out and arbitrarily like do that. It's always them. And they see us having fun with it. That's what's important. That's what happens when you a hater, when you a rat and you a snitch. You don't. Oh, they're having fun over there. They're having fun, and they want to rain on the parade. They see us joking. I'm doing the Bill Cosby impersonation. Everyone's just fucking with it. We're just vibing out, chilling out, doing a vampire stream. Motherfucker, you look like R. Kelly's cousin. First he said I look like R. Kelly. Then I was R. Kelly's cousin. Okay. Ha ha ha. Shout out to Omaha, Nebraska 402 in this thing, bruh. Hey, speaking of Omaha, that boy Bud, I don't know. That's a difficult fight for Khan. That boy Bud, he looking in the zone. He looking real in the zone right now. Shout out to James Souza, $2 super chat. We appreciate you, Ego. We have fun on your channel. That's what it's about, man. Entertainment. I told you I came to leave my mark like Zorro, and God willing, I think I've done that. But we got more work to do, and we just gonna keep plugging away at it. Like I said, right before I started this stream, I seen some new gear that I want to get for the channel to enhance things. I'm always looking at, it's all about elevation, getting to the next level and stuff like that. So I just set new goals. That's what you guys got to do. Set goals, get a working, running game plan, what you want to do, and crush it. Crush them, crush your goals. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. We don't take no for an answer. Not on no Bill Cosby shit like that. If a girl says no, that's different. I'm talking about if a door gets closed in our face in terms of on this way to success. That don't phase us. Look for the lesson in the failure. That's what I try to do. I'm not perfect, but I try to find the lesson in the failure. Maybe what I thought I wanted and what I thought I needed, God had another plan for me, and I wasn't ready for it. But one thing I do know is when you work hard and you work for what you get from the ground up, from the mud, the funny thing, because it makes you appreciate it. Like if I got everything that I wanted when I initially wanted it, maybe I don't respect it. Maybe I took it for granted. Or maybe I would take it for granted. But when you get it in due time through hard work, you tend to appreciate it more. You know, because you know, like, damn, I worked hard for this. You know, I finally achieved this. I finally earned it. And stop cheating the system. Don't look for no shortcuts. I don't believe in shortcuts because most shortcuts, they're temporary fixes, a Band-Aid fix. If you need stitches, you need stitches. You can. That's like Badu Jack putting a stitch over that shit on his forehead. Nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna cut it. You could put a Band-Aid on it. That's gonna take a minute to heal. You might as well get some medical treatment. Make sure it's not infected. You know, make sure they clean out the area and stitch that shut. You know, a lot of I'm not gonna say a lot of y'all, but a lot of people complain about not being successful, but they're always looking for the shortcut. You know, they're not willing to, you know, spend money on their craft. You know, just there's a nut. We could do this all day. Oh, that's the other thing. Spend money on your craft. Spend money on your craft. It takes money to make money. I invest in me. A lot of people invest in, like, they want to buy lean and watches and like all that. If you buy jewelry, that's cool, but that should depreciate the moment you leave the jewelry store with it, or your famous jeweler hand it to you. You already lost money. No, don't nobody want no secondhand jewelry, and when you're not no famous designer, you know. So you automatically know that when you buy jewelry, that depreciates. Certain things fluctuate and appreciate, like property that can appreciate. The market in 2008, if you had a house and you kept it, what it's going for now is probably something real big and real different, you know. And then there's new things that come along, like Airbnb. You can rent out a room if you held on to that place and the market was rough or whatever, and you endured it and you had that property. You can rent the room out like a condo or something, like Airbnb. So try to do things that appreciate as opposed to depreciate. But I always invest in me. You guys see me. I got new gas. I'm about to switch mics. I'm about to switch mics. I keep it funky. I keep it, you know. I'm about to switch mics. You'll see. I'm kind of deciding on what I want to do. But invest in yourself. Ego, I purchased that 1 terabyte iPad Pro last week. I'm going to use for photo editing and some video editing. You got to invest in yourself, sir. Ego said that. You already know. I got that iPad Pro too. Let's get it. Hey, I think I left. I went. What fight was I at? I left. I can't find it. I bought that Apple Pencil, which is dope for the iPad, and I can't find it. And I noticed halfway into the Broner Pacquiao trip that I couldn't find it. So I think I left it in LA. I'm pissed because that little stupid ass pencil cost like $100 and something, $200 for a fucking pencil. I was hoping I could find it, or maybe I left it at home, but I think I don't know where it's at. Yeah, man, I don't know. I got to figure out a way because that, like, I do a lot of moving and rearranging, and the thing is, I have an iPad case that holds it, and I think it like fell out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the way they have the iPad Pencil is just like open face. It's just open face. Demotion soon. I got you. Trust that. We'll fight. Will you cover next? Whatever the fans want me to cover. Tank Davis versus Abner Modest, probably. You know, I was thinking about going to Texas for Kovalev versus Alida Alvarez, but then, you know, he got that chick punch. He punched. You know, a chick say he punched her in the face. So I don't think I'm gonna go to that because that Texas flights for me and stuff from Cali tend to run. So, you know, I don't know if I don't think that's gonna be worth it, to be honest. I haven't really heard enough talk about it, so I think that's more of a fight that I should cover from here. James Souza, you talking my language. Listen, especially my shooters and channel members, you guys got first priority. Send me messages. Send me on, email is better so I could save it. If you guys got anything that you feel that would make the channel better, or ideas, or graphic designers, or somebody that does beats that I need to look into, let me know. Like, hit me up shoot me a quick email or something and say, hey, somebody you think would be an asset to the team, or who, anything. I'm with it. And that's the other thing. I keep saying this, and I'm a stubborn person. I'm gonna give y'all some game. Y'all want some game, some success game? I'm gonna tell you little things that I know, little things that help me up. Smash the like button. If you want a little bit of game, drop. I'm gonna sprinkle. I'm gonna salt bay my shit. If you want to drop a few gems and give y'all a little bit of game on success, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? Yeah, I like that, James. Like I said, I'm one person, so any ideas, suggestions, I can't be the only one with good ideas. So y'all send them my way. Anything that you think enhances the channel or something that the channel needs, I'm with it. I'm willing to explore it if it makes sense, and if it's within reason or whatever. Let me drop this little quick gem. I'm gonna tell y'all. And a lot of it's cliche. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel, but you know how people say, if you want something you never had, you got to do something you've never done. I think that's true. I think it's oh so true. If a lot of you guys say you want success, but you're doing the same things, mix that shit up. Point blank, period. If you see, this is what happens. You get a lot of people, and I'm going to be very blunt with this. A lot of people who say they want it, in their heart they feel they want it, in their mind they want it, but they're lazy. They're lazy and they're not willing to. You have to exhaust all options. You have to travel down each pipeline, But what happens is people develop these mindsets as if, and they create these like mental roadblocks, I like to call them mental roadblocks. You got to throw that shit out the window. If you consider yourself as a victim, you can't be a successful entrepreneur. If you think you're a victim in every situation, that's for one. If you make excuses for why other people are successful and why you don't have this or that, then you can't. I'm not saying you can't reach any success, but you can't reach the heights of success. You can't get to the Steve Jobs, life is completely set type of Elon Musk levels. If you have the victim mentality, or you always make excuse, these mental roadblocks, as I like to call them, you got to throw that out the window. A lot of people, they create like, for example, it's like they're already in their brain telling their brain that we can't make it. You get what I'm saying? Here, I'll give you guys some examples. You ever heard somebody say like, oh, I would, wake up and do a show like The Breakfast Club, but I'm not a morning person. Well, motherfucker, you better become a morning person. Again, like the saying goes, to do things and achieve things that you've never had, maybe you got to do something that you've never done. So you can't, it's not good enough to say, oh, I'm not a morning person. You've already failed. You've already created that blockage and almost an acceptance that you're just not a morning person. So it's not going to get done. That's not going to work. Become a morning person. Go to fuck to bed early. Take a nap. Set a clock. Do something. Maybe that was your problem. While the world is passing you by, your ass is sleeping. Maybe, like, let's say you have a YouTube channel. While you're sleeping, maybe you're missing key hours, because you have to consider, like, let's say with this YouTube shit, there's people, why do you think the vampire stream got popular? because there's people around the world. Some people live in Africa. You know, they might live in China. They live in Australia. They live in Canada. They live in New York. I don't have only people from California that watch my videos and tune into the channel. So I got to cater to everybody in the best way that I can. You know, so if I just say I'm not a morning person, I'm missing out on a ton of traffic potentially, because all my New Yorkers, they're 3 hours ahead of me. You move over to the UK, they like 8 hours ahead of me, you know, and so on and so forth. So it becomes an issue if you're just going to throw your hands up and, you know, basically chalk it up as a law. I'm not a morning person. All right, then you're not a successful person. Move on. Let the real ones get a piece of the action. You better become it. You know, we all have preferences. I consider myself, I prefer the night. You know, vampire stream. I'm a night person. But I'm an everything person. I'm a fucking chameleon. That's what I am. I do whatever I need for my business to get to the next level. So, you know, and I'm going to tell y'all this. I've worked jobs my whole entire life. And what I mean, this is a job too, but I don't consider it a job the same way, because I mandate, I can control my destiny. I can control the output. You know, I don't have to just take in everyone's input, you know, so it's different. I'm talking about, I work jobs for other people, other people's mission statements, other people's, you know, how they wanted things done. Now we doing this for me. We doing this for us. I get to do what makes me happy, something that I enjoy doing. And it's no better feeling. And people, I'm just going to say, as a true entrepreneur, people are brainwashed from society. They're brainwashed. They think that one path is the rightful path for everybody. That's what they teach you in school. You know, they teach you that. K through 12, you know, you get to certain grade 11, 12, you start looking at college, right? Start seeing what college you want to go, do SATs, blah, blah, blah. Go to college, get a degree or two, drop out, you know, whatever you do. But they have like a straightened path, like everybody's just supposed to do that. Some people are artistic, some people can sing, some people, you know, it's not one shoe fits everyone. Like, I got big feet, so I can't fit into the same shoes the next person can, you know? And there's just so much you can do. You got to find what motivates you, who motivates you, because it can't just be about yourself. You got to look at what motivates you and who motivates you, you know, and find what really ticks for you and fine tune it. Maybe school and college and higher education is what you need. You know, you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, and that's what motivates you, then you have to go. It's non-negotiable. But that's not for everybody. That's not what everyone has. And some people do it backwards. Some people become a successful rapper or something and then get a degree. You know, they want to further their education. Props to them for that. You know, so there's no real right or wrong, I feel. This YouTube shit ain't for everyone. Not everyone could do it. You know, so you got to fine tune it. But people, I'm going to tell y'all like this, from what I've seen, true entrepreneurial things in the last few years. Some people value working for the man, working for somebody else, and shit on the idea of doing it for them and doing it for themselves. And what I mean by shit on them, they think it's not a reality. They think it's not possible. And or they're willing to do things for somebody else's company that they will not do for their own. That's a problem. Case in point. Like I said, I wouldn't consider myself a true morning person. Like, I love to get up early and I love to just be, you know, take a walk at 5 a.m. I wouldn't consider it. I consider myself more of a morning person, but Moreover, I'm an everything person. I'm whatever the job requires type of person. But this is the thing. Like when I worked for Lowe's, I was a salary manager. I was underneath the store manager, and I was commuting. I had to work in Concord when they built the new store. That was the second store that I worked in. I had to be at the store at like 5:30 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, you know, and I had to leave from the 707, which there you have to cross a bridge and whoop, whoop, whoop. So my question is this: how is it for somebody else's company, for somebody else's mission statement, I can get my ass to sleep, get up, make it to work, no problem at 5 a.m. But then as a YouTuber, let's say I say, hey, I'm not a morning person. Why am I not willing to take the same measures for my own business? That means that's a lack of confidence. You don't believe in it. You don't believe it. You don't believe you could be successful. Because how can you work for somebody else and be at work at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., but you can't get up at 5 a.m. for your shit? Let me know that. Make that make sense. So a lot of people, like I know people want to be rappers and producers, but they don't do what they're willing to do for someone else's company. Like I'm up here getting Lowe's money and keeping customers happy and all that. That's good. But I didn't take pleasure in that. I took pleasure in making cool money and, you know, having what I thought was job security, even though I got laid off because the company laid off, you know, and I didn't have any seniority in my position, you know, things like that. So there is no real job security. There's more job security starting your own business and controlling your destiny than working for someone else's company, because you know everything starts from the top. The big wigs, they're gonna cut the people lower on the totem pole before they cut themselves. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, a lot of people, what they'll end up doing is they're willing to do all this shit for a job, like for a company or whatever, that they're not willing to do for themselves. That's a problem. So me working my whole life, I took everything I learned and I put it in one big gumbo pot and I stirred it up. I'm like, wait, if I could be at work at 5 a.m. for Lowe's and work 8 fucking hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, why can't I do that on my YouTube channel? Let me know that, you know? So a lot of people make excuses. Oh, I'm not a morning person, or, oh, I have kids. Fuck all that. You shouldn't, you close your legs. You don't want kids, close your legs. You know, use a condom, use birth control. Your life is your life, whatever it is. Oh yeah, it's easy for ego because he doesn't have kids. He doesn't have a wife. Oh well, that's my decision. That's what I chose for my life. If you didn't choose that for your life, you didn't choose that for your life, that's cool. Work with what you have. Because I had certain deficits that you might not have. You know? I didn't have no contacts to no gym. I don't live in like a boxing capital. Like the Bay Area, we never get fights because the shit be rowdy and shit. You know, we have like a few Bay Area fighters: Robert Guerrero, Andre Ward, Nonito Donaire, and Kareem Mayfield. You know, I'm talking about at a high level that main evented and shit. So I don't even live in a boxing capital like that. Still made my lane. You know, I don't live in LA or New York or the UK where I could just dominate the market. Imagine if I lived in LA. I could just get to any media day, 20, 30, 40 minutes. This shit is what you make it, bro. A lot of you guys have excuses. Stop with them piddly ass excuses. No one cares. No one cares. I definitely don't care. See, Real Brother 32, my guy, he says, I grew up poor, being hustled. He said, and then I've been hustling since I was 15. Joined the military and never looked back. Thank you, ego, for the game, bro. It's all true. Life is what you make it. You know, and that's the thing with knowledge. The thing that's beautiful about knowledge is this. Knowledge, it's all based on the listener. How is it that I could watch a Jay-Z interview or 50 Cent interview or whoever giving motivation, Elon Musk or Jack Ma or whoever giving motivational tips, and process it and apply it to my business and apply it to my life in a way that I see increased revenue or I'm able to do more or ultimately benefit. But then the next person hears the same, they watch the same YouTube video as me and they do nothing with it. That's the thing about knowledge. It depends on how you apply it. Two people can have listened to the same message, watched the same video, but one went out and acted on it. One went and their wheels started turning. They started saying, "Oh, okay," and they built from that. And the other person just in one ear out the other, didn't do nothing with it. So knowledge is kind of what, like, I guarantee you, there's certain books that Warren Buffett read that someone else who's poor may have read that same book. So how is it that Warren Buffett read that book, 50 Laws of Power, Robert Greene or something, and then someone else read it and they homeless? So knowledge is what you do with it. Maya says knowledge is power and most knowledge is free and you're willing to look up for it. Listen, especially with this internet shit, you guys are on the internet right now. Block the person with my dad's profile or as his profile, Eric Gomes Pops. We not playing no games. You're gonna be a broke bum. Cause we sitting up here dropping gems and you playing games. So good luck with life. Shooters, if you see them come back, just block them. Thank you. Shit, my dad is proud of me. Believe that. But anyway, yeah, man. Y'all gotta just stop making excuses. I'm not a morning person. Oh, I have kids. Oh, ego. I hate that. People say, oh, ego, it's because he started. It's because he started when he started. None of that shit has anything to do with it. Because I probably started, let's say, before Logan Paul, and he got more subscribers than me. You get what I'm saying? So stop with that victim mentality shit. There's someone who probably started a YouTube account last year that blew up. Oh, it's because ego started when he started. Oh, it's because this and that. No, it's because ego out here, and ego a grinder, and we don't sleep. Vampire stream shit. That's what it is. And I got great fans. So yeah, man. I just see a lot of people, they're willing to do things for companies and jobs, right? Jobs that they work, but they won't do that same thing for themselves. Like look at, let's say, like working out. How can you work for somebody else 8 hours, only take a lunch, don't take your 15-minute breaks, stuff like that, but you couldn't have worked out for 45 minutes, and you're not happy with your body? How does that work? How can you justify day in and day out working for somebody else 7 hours, but then something that would make you personally happy, you can't give that to yourself? So I always took what I learned from working jobs and tried to apply it to different hustles, like street hustles, or like this now YouTube hustle. I used to sell CDs, DVD, all types of shit. But I always applied that because if you could sell, you could sell. That's it. It don't matter if I'm selling bootleg CDs and DVDs, appliances. It's all the same, even for drug dealers. I'm not a drug dealer, but like if somebody is a drug dealer, it's still the art of selling is the art of selling. You have to have a product. You have to have a product that people like. You have to keep your customers happy. Unfortunately, with like when we're talking about drug dealers, you're keeping them happy, but it's a different type of happy. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to my dude RTD. Yeah, I seen that. He said he just woke up. That's that UK time. Yeah, it don't matter. It don't matter what you selling. The art of selling is all the same. The hustle is the same. The formula to sell, have a product, that people like, explain. It's the same. That's why, like I said, I'm a chameleon. I could do whatever. So if I can navigate through the business corporate world, why can't I do it for myself? With my own brand, use the same principles. The only thing is I'm applying it to boxing and YouTube as opposed to applying it towards, working at Lowe's or Sears or credit card company, the different jobs that I've had. Some people are just not self-motivated. Ego, bullshit. If you're not self-motivated, then you got to find things that motivate you. Like, I mean, you only have one life, and if you make it up in your mind that you're just not self-motivated or you're just not a morning person, then you're going to fail. You've already given up. Shout out to my dude D Bevel, the champ. It's the champ. Yeah. $10 super chat. He said them yellow and them oranges. That's what I'm saying. These super chats looking like Sunny Delight out here. You can't just give up on life. Life is hard. Life has ups and downs. Listen, before my channel like really started gaining traction to the point where I could do this full time, I went through some shit. Like life was like not where I wanted to be as an adult. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to go through that, and it makes you a monster. If you come out the other end, it makes you a monster, and that's what it did to me. I've lost relationship. I was dating this girl, rump, but I couldn't be there for how she needed me to be there because I was hustling and doing my own thing. So, if you prove, like, I'm telling you, there's nothing more empowering than to go through some fucked up shit, go through a tumultuous time, go through the peaks and valleys, come out unscathed, and make it out. You feel invincible. You're like, damn, I made it through this. I made it out the hood. I made it. I didn't have a car. I didn't have this. I didn't have the job. I didn't have no money. You feel fucking invincible because you've proven to yourself that no matter how life beats you down, that you can come and emerge through it all. And I promise you, once I changed my mindset, it was probably the most down I've been and depressed I've been in my adult life. And then boxing took off for me. Once you change your mindset, you change the world around you. You don't believe me if you don't want to. I'm just trying to help the people that this may hopefully help. Change your mindset. You're talking about, some people aren't self-motivated. Well, then get self-motivated, And especially if this is no disrespect to the women, but if you're a man, you got to get it together. I don't know if this is acceptable in this society or whatever, but I just feel like a man needs to exude certain strengths. I'm not trying to sound sexist, but if you a man, you got to have something for yourself. You're supposed to be a rock. You're supposed to be a person that doesn't move, a person with virtues and values. I have certain high standards for what I think a man should be because my pops always worked hard, 2-3 jobs, and I got to see that. But pops ain't no punk out here. You know what I'm saying? So if I see what he was willing to do for his family, then my views on what a man should be and the traits they should have is pretty high because of my dad. And a lot of people, they're not really hard workers. Making excuses, especially like I see a lot of times with the youth, the millennials and stuff. I get it, like technology's at your fingertips, but that don't mean you can't dig down and work hard. So it's not if you're not self-motivated, you need to get self-motivated. What do you think about your life? Think about what you want out of life. Think about what would make you happy. If you're out of shape, maybe get in shape. Then that's going to motivate you to do the next thing. If you want a girlfriend and you don't have one and that's keeping you down, maybe get in shape and then, attract more women, or get your shit together and attract more women. Whatever it is, there's a way around it. But if you're not self-motivated, that's a personal internal problem that you need to figure out. What would motivate you? You don't have no family, you don't have no friends, you don't want to be able to quit your job and work for yourself. You got to have something. I'm going to give y'all one of my throwback tips. with all this technology available to us, y'all want to, hold on. I got to decide if I want to give it, because I'm giving y'all some gems. If y'all want these gems, can I get a hell yeah? And let's get the likes up, y'all. Shout out to my dude RTD. See, and this is my dude, you know, like on a personal level, we've had dialogues and he's helped me out and stuff like that. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to this man. He said, in 1 year, I went from being second out lapdog running around a rat race to now controlling an entire media contract for a huge broadcaster. You're right, ego mindset is everything. And he has kids. I'm trying to tell you, this shit is not rocket science. And he has kids. We've had conversation. I'm not going to put his business out there, but we've had conversation. And I know there's been times where he's like, oh, this is not working, or I'm stressed out at this, and I had to do this, or he had to make certain changes, change his name, you know, different things like that. But he's stuck with it. And now he's at the next level. So this is someone I could vouch for, you know. Life is what you make it. Let me drop. See, he laughing now because the shit got easier. And see, if you work hard enough, the shit gets easier, and then you don't have to worry about it. Yeah, I remember our talks. I remember you would say like little things like, man, it's rough, and you know, I want this and that. It's a process. But once you get there and to the point where you can maintain it, things get to be a little bit easier. All right. I'm trying to help y'all. This is the vampire stream. This might be one of my most epic vampire streams in terms of trying to give back. Okay. We live in a technological age in society. Tablets, iPads, phones, computers. What I need you guys to do if you want to be successful is say, fuck all of that, minimize that, and get back to some of the basics. Because you have to look at it. There are people that have been here before you, aka before a lot of this shit was invented, that have been successful. So how were people successful? I really look at and look through history to try to understand some of these things. Before cell phones had everything that you needed, what were people doing? If you didn't have a cell phone because they weren't popularized, how would you take notes? How would you do a to-do list? You get a composite notebook, a fucking piece of sheet of paper or a journal, and guess what? You write the shit down. It's okay to have all the, see, people think because it's available, you got to use it. Now, I make money online. Look, we just did it right now. Shout out to Ozone. Lord above, $15 super chat. He said, Ego, I appreciate this greatly. I've been struggling as of late, being motivated. This got me back on track. Appreciate you. I appreciate you. Just keep with it. Stick with it. And I'm going to tell y'all, technology is great. People let technology get in the way of their success. I will give you guys some examples. Shout out to my guy, Ozone. You know, he's going through it, but he's trying to get back on the right track. It all starts with the mindset. But you got to do, how did people, if cell phones weren't around, how would you do a to-do list? You write it down. So there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with, you could go to the Dollar Tree right now. I swear to God, because I just did it. Go to the Dollar Tree right now, get a notepad for $1. And then you can get like an 8-pack of pens for another $1. That's $2. You don't need a cell phone. You don't need iPhone XR and all this bullshit. You know, it's a piece of paper that can get some ideas flowing. Use your brain. That's $2 worth of work, or $2 worth of a purchase, right? Write shit down. Just because you have a phone and an app that will do it doesn't mean you can't write shit down. One thing that I've learned is writing things down. It's more labor, I guess you could say, and it sticks with you a little bit more because you had to physically write that shit out. You know what I mean? You had to really, like, hey, go to the store, make sure you stop by the pharmacy to pick up meds, pack for my Gervonta Tank Davis. You know, write the shit down. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people don't want to do that. So they let technology like kind of rule their lives or whatever. Social media. Y'all know I wasn't going to stop without saying this one. Social media is one of the biggest time vampires out there. Period. Scrolling, watching Soulja Boy memes and shit. It's funny. Trust me, it's funny. Tyga, Drake. But that shit will have you caught the fuck up. And before you know it, your whole day is Soulja Boy memes. Don't ever, listen, I don't want to hear none of y'all complain about shit, missing deadlines. I don't have enough time if you on social media. Period. If you don't have any restraint, there's been times if you really can't control yourself, you got to go old school. If you can't control yourself, delete the whole app. Make it, there's ways on like an iPhone where you can separate your you can separate into folders. Look. Separate into folders. If you have 5 pages of apps, put all your social media in one folder and put it on the last page, buried behind all the apps. So that means every single time you want to go to Instagram, you got to swipe through 5 pages just to get it. Then you have to go inside of a folder. I guarantee you, if you make it more inconvenient, you're not going to want to be checking it all the time. But if you have it front and center on the first page of your iPhone screen, not in a folder, not contained, all you have to do is click on it, then yeah, you're probably going to, what's on Instagram? And then you're scrolling. Don't ever complain about not having enough time and you sitting up here on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, watching my videos or whatever. Make it inconvenient, And I'm not trying to sound like a super minimalist or like prude, but at the end of the day, it could even be temporary until you get back on track. And then once you got a good grasp on what you need to do, then put Instagram back on the homepage and, use it as needed. But people let this social media dictate their whole lives. RTD says, you're cracking me up, bro. I had to do a lot of this to develop apps needed to get deleted, notifications turned off, logged out of some stuff until I forgot passwords. Cause it's true, bro. I'm giving you real life things that I use in my personal like travels to the bag. There's sometimes I go to the public library. I got a library card, y'all. Some of y'all don't even have a city library card. I have all the computers, fast ass internet, iPad, laptop, MacBook Pro, iMac, all that at home. I go to the library sometimes just to work, just because I can't talk, just because I'm away from home, just because it's out of the comfort zone. Right now, I could just go downstairs, get food, watch TV, play with one of my devices. But I know at a library, I'm not gonna do all that. Like, be walking around the library. Yeah, you got any new books? And I'm not gonna do that. So sometimes I do stuff like that just to get it. Some of y'all don't even have a city library card. You have a city library, you just don't have a card for it. Sometimes you got to do those things. Again, if you want something you never had, maybe you got to do some things you haven't been doing. But like social media is a huge time vampire. A huge time vampire. And a lot of, if you really think about it, and I'm not anti-social media, like, I have big followings on social media and stuff. But what's it for? Who are you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like Instagram or something, like, that's cool, but who are you trying to, like, to impress who? Like, I got people that I went to school with. I haven't texted them, talked to them, called them. I don't really even know what's happening in their lives outside of what I've seen on Instagram. I don't know who they're dating, who they're fucking, how many kids they have, kids' name. I don't know anything. But Facebook and Instagram, I can kind of keep up with that. So how important is that stuff to you? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you and I'm using this, like I said, I'm not trying to sound extremist, but I'm saying if you're behind on what you need to be doing, you really want a job and can't find one, or you're not getting your work done. How important is that to keep up with people that have pretty much like fell out of your life? I don't know. That don't really add up. Social media seems like high school to me. And then you have to also understand that, like, with social media, especially like an Instagram, which is probably one of the more popular ones, you gotta look at it. Instagram is like this. A lot of people perpetrate on the gram. You know what I'm saying? They talk about stuff and be posting shit, and you know them personally, like, that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? So you don't you it's just a lot of stuff you gotta sift through dealing with social media. I know people that broke as fuck be posting money pictures and, you know, acting like they got it, you know, acting like they live in lavish but about to get evicted type shit, So there's a lot of stuff you got to sift through. I don't care about none of it. I care about what I care about, getting to the next level, leveling up, helping my family, Ego's army. Care about what I care about. Some people just want to, it's like they want to impress people. So, yeah, if that's another success tip, just take it back to the basics. Write shit down. Get off the gram. Get off Facebook, at least until you catch up. Play catch up and then do. LDTB, what up? We just talking. I'm just vibing. People want the end result. They don't want the sacrifice that come with it. Write down your goals is definitely a big one. It's just something about the written language and actually writing it down versus like typing it in a phone or an app or something like that, that helps it stick with you. At least for me, at least the way my memory's set up, it just tends to stick with me a bit more. Like, I'm like, because I think it's because the labor of, I write cursive, so I can print too, but the labor of actually writing it down as opposed to just typing real quick. You know what I'm saying? So if you wrote something down, you remember it because it's like you had to go through the sequencing of actual written language. You know? But yeah, people, or like Netflix, all this shit. That's what I'm saying. People, how you behind your goals, but you binge watching Netflix? Let me know. And see, this, I'm not trying to roast or nothing, but I know a ton of people, they know all the Hulu shows and all the hottest popping shit on Netflix, but they're not where they want to be in life. So that's cool. Netflix is getting rich. They getting that bag. I have Netflix. I use Netflix. So I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to sound like I'm anti any of these things. But you got to use, everything requires balance. How are you not where you want to be, but you know every Netflix, you watch season 1 through 8 of Peaky Blinders and every single show, but you're not where you want to be in life? How you have time for that? Maybe do it in moderation. Instead of watching Peaky Blinders from start to finish, seasons 1 to 8, space it out a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Because that whole season 2 could have been season 2 of fucking YouTube videos. That's how I look at shit. And again, I'm not saying, like, for example, Bird Brain or Bird Bitch or whatever the movie's called with Sandra Bullock, Bird Legs, Bird Chest. What's the shit called? Bird Off, Bird Box. That shit. I still ain't watched it. I got it in the queue, but I ain't watched it. Everybody's posting memes. I don't get, well, obviously it's something with motherfuckers can't see or something, right? I still ain't watched it. So all these memes are just, I get it's something to do with can't see. I don't know why she has that blindfold on. You know, I still ain't watch it. I want to watch it. I want to see it, but I ain't made the time for it. I'm out here traveling. I'm packing. Like, you know, you got to be willing to put sacrifice. You know, and I just have big. I'm trying to be in the movie with Sandra Bullock. You know, I want to go to the movie premiere of the shit. And in order to accomplish these things, me just sitting back as a passerby and watching this stuff when I got stuff to do is just it's not bracket. So, you know, people always Red Dead Redemption, Fortnite. Yeah, that's cool. But what are you doing like for you, you know, to level up? I say it all the time too, real brother. That's real shit. He said smartphones make some people dumb. That's what I'm saying. Ego in that speed, 3, 4, and motherfucker 5. It's all real. Everything I'm saying, I really am like I ain't watched Surviving R. Kelly. I'm just trying to survive life. I'm interested in all this stuff, but I'll watch it when I want to watch it. I want to watch it when things slow down for me. You know, fuck R. Kelly. Like, you know, I ain't trying to get pissed on. I'll watch it. So that you know, there's a lot of sacrifice that come with this shit. I'm curious about that. I grew up listening to R&B and R. Kelly and different shit like that, but I gotta watch it when I have time, and I haven't felt like I've had time, which lets me know that I gotta get some certain things in order, and that once I handle that, then I'll have more time. So you know, people are in essence they're selfish. They're selfish. They'll do all the things right now, here and now, knowing they should be using time to get like I guess time is very important to me. I'd rather lose money than lose time. Like I was gambling in Vegas for the Broner Pacquiao fight. I lost some money. I lost some cool money, right? But one thing I don't like losing money. But one thing I hate losing more than money is time. You know, I'm trying to set shit up. This is chess, not checkers. I'm here for the long haul. So I'd rather not watch Bird Box or Surviving R. Kelly, what everyone's talking about, you know, in the here and now. So I get my shit together and then I can watch whatever the fuck I want at any time because I have certain things in place. People do it backwards. They don't want to take the short up front. They don't want to take the sacrifice up front. I'm sacrificing those things in the now so I don't have to worry about it. Once I start getting a team and little things that take shit off of my plate and I can delegate it, then I'll be able to watch whatever I want. So it's all about what you do with it. Time is important because you don't get that back. You know, it's like a dead relative. You ain't getting that back. You don't get time back. So I gotta watch how I spend my time. Like me doing this stream, I don't mind doing it because I feel good trying my best to give back. Death Row East, believe in that. That's a good I like that analogy. Kane says when kids aren't behaving correctly in school, you deprive them of fun in order to keep them focused. Do that to yourself sometimes. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is this, I don't want people to take this and you know, starve themselves out of all entertainment and they end up like Jack Nicholson in The Shining and shit, talking about ego, you did this to me. Like all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And I'm not trying to turn y'all into The Shining and here's Johnny and all this shit. Don't deprive yourself. Like that's one thing I had to teach myself too. Life requires balance and moderation. So I'm not anti watching Netflix shows, but what I'm saying is people will binge watch seasons 1 through 8. Why you got to see seasons 1 through 8 right now and you know back to back to back sittings, and then you're not handling what you got to handle. He said your Jack voice is legit. I never heard it before. I know. I don't think I've ever did that. You can't handle. Yeah, Jack. I practice Jack. Like that's one of the just basically people I grew up idolizing and liking. Yeah, man. There's a lot of distractions in life too. So you got to know, like, and see, like, people, men particularly, they let women be the biggest distraction. Women be mad at me in the past and stuff because I'm out here hustling, you know. They be mad that I'm not giving them every ounce of time that I have. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. I'm sorry for you. That Ali speech about sleep and how much time we really have on here is limited. Yeah, I heard that where you like broke it down. It's true. We gotta. That's what I'm saying. 2019, and I hope it's early enough because 2019 just really started. This should hopefully people can take something from it and make sure this year goes for them. But yeah, there's a lot of people that it's like they just float through life as victims. Like, oh, I don't have this and I don't have that. Oh, I would do this, but ego has this camera or this and that. Motherfucker, how you think I got the camera? I didn't just come out the womb with a nice ass camera. You know, people got the game fucked up. Oh yeah, I would do this for my YouTube channel, but I don't have this mic or I don't have this camera. Like this shit came in due time. I had to put in work to get to anything that I ever wanted. I don't even remember the last time I slept for 8 hours straight. I don't know. I always end up waking up. I can't sleep for 8 hours straight. I mean, if I'm real tired, I can. Been a minute for sure. I do about 5 hours of sleep. That sounds like me. I work with the market, and some days it's early in the AM on the West Coast. Some days it's midday, and everything should be fine tuned. But I'm trying to tell y'all, there's a lot out there in this world. You got to go get it. You said RDR, do you game? Nah, I haven't. I mean, I have a system, but I haven't played. But that Mortal Kombat 11 looks wet. I'm probably gonna get that. Mortal Kombat looks dope. Some people need to invest that social media time taking care of their kids. See, that's what I'm saying. People don't be building bonds with their kids and all types of stuff. Make sure you guys smash the like button. We just rocking out, vibing. Y'all know the vibes. Yeah, some people don't know how to hustle. And other people like take on other people's problems too. Like when I look at it like it's cool to help your friends and stuff, but like some people are problematic. You know, I don't like a lot of negativity. Some people are problematic, and they're always maybe they're creating problems for themselves, and then you try to assume that shit weighs you down. So you have to look and consider at the crowd you keep too. I want to be surrounded by winners. Like you don't see wildly successful people. You see Jay-Z hook up with Beyonce. He ain't hooking up with no bitch that can't keep her lights on. You know what I'm saying? He hooking up with someone who's touring, who's beautiful, who, you know, maybe can cook. I don't know if B can cook. I know she can dance and sing and all this other shit. But, you know, birds of a feather flock together. So if you flock with somebody who or like groups of people that aren't really about shit, kind of hard for you to ultimately be about shit. You know, so you have to look at the company you keep. I'd rather keep my circle small if that helps and keeps the motivation high. Because you know, some people they could be good people, but they keep a lot of dumb shit around them, a lot of negativity and stuff. I try to minimize that. You know, someone who's always in fucked up relationships, like nonstop. Like some things happen, but if you're ever since you known that person since they were 13 and they're always in a horrible relationship, maybe it's who they're picking. You know, they always get fired from their job. Maybe it's them, because that shit ain't ordinary, bruh. For you to always be in a bad relationship, always get cheated on, always, get fired from jobs. That's not ordinary. So yeah, that's why I like to keep my circle small, and I like to work with other people who want to create, who about positivity, doing shit. Some people will weigh you down for real. And other thing, I like being around positive, creative people because it spawns creativity. Like, I mean, you just got to live life, I think. Like, I've been around people and they're always into some shit, always into some shit. And then by default, you always into some shit. Like, you be with your boys and, certain crowds and shit. They always get in a fight. And then now, that's the click. So you fighting too. Everybody got to fight. So, it kind of brings you down with it. Like, even if you didn't have a problem directly, you don't have no problem, you know, nobody's trying to fight you, but you got to ride with the click now. Yeah, we don't do them negative vibes. That shit's just taxing, bro. But yeah, that bottom line, people got to get a running game plan, write things down, see what you want to do. Like, what do you want to accomplish? A lot of people don't have any direction. They just wake up and idly go through their days. Like, they don't have nothing in mind. They just, oh, I have this job. I'm just gonna go to that job and do this and punch in, go to lunch when they tell me to. You gotta you gotta have some kind of direction and aim as to what you want to do. Like, even me with jobs, like when I was doing this YouTube shit and working another job, a full time job, I knew it wasn't a job that I wanted to be at any length of time. But my situation was fucked up, so I said, I'm gonna work here. I'm gonna make money. Do the best job I can. You stay on the up and up. But that's not the end game for me. I don't plan on being here. Set the plan in motion. God willing, I ain't never worked for nobody else since. And it's like that. So, you can't just walk through life aimlessly. Have a real game plan. Some people they like think because you have another thing is they think because you have it, you got to spend it. Maybe save your money. Maybe think of like, hey, that's something I could work on too. Like when I see something I want it, I just go get it. That's how I always been. Women, gadgets, I just fuck it. I'm an Aries, so I'm impulsive. But as I got older, I try to scale it back a bit. Think about it. Like, just if it's on Amazon or something, keep it in the shopping cart and see if you have this crazy desire to like 2 days later, or did it kind of fade? Think about if you really need it. Do more research on it, especially as like a gearhead, somebody with I got a lot of gadgets and just different things, electronics and stuff. You always want to get the newest and latest and stuff, but sometimes you got to just work with what you have. A lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to work with what they have. Work with what you have. You don't need every new cell phone that comes out. That's what I'm saying. And sometimes it don't even be too much of an upgrade to the point where you even need to do that. See, shout out to James Souza for his honesty. I feel you because that's how I was. Like he said in my teens and 20s, I bought every new phone yearly. But it was a little bit different then because back then I think you could like trade in your old phone and get a credit towards the new phone. So I used to do that too, you know. But then they changed it to they added to your bill and all that. AT&T Next or whatever the shit's called. So I feel you, but I used to do that too. But I used to trade in my phone, get a certain value, and then use that towards the new phone as a discount. But I feel you on what you're saying. You don't have to always get a new one. Man, I'm out here grinding in the pro wrestling scene. Shit is a struggle, but I ain't letting up, get rich or die trying. Another way, I'm gonna tell you another way to hustle. Find a way, and I've seen this a lot. Find a way to reinvent yourself. Everything could be cool or paying the bills. Won't find a way to reinvent yourself. I could think of several people: Plies, 2 Chainz, Soldier Boy. All these guys' careers weren't really being like talked about immensely, and then they found a way to kind of like up the ante. People are talking about Soldier Boy right now. They weren't talking about Soldier Boy 8 months ago, really. I ain't heard nothing really about Soldier Boy since he was supposed to fight Chris Brown. I don't remember him just, I heard this game console or whatever, but Tyga, Big Draco, he back on the scene now. Same thing with 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, a lot of people don't know he was signed to Ludacris with a different name, Titty Boy. Switched it up, came out with the 2 Chainz shit, and then people act like he was a whole new artist. He was rapping the same type of way he raps now. He didn't really switch much but his name. But they like that 2 Chainz. Maybe that name or some shit got people to, I don't know. I don't know what happened. But Titty Boy, he was spitting the same way. Reinvent yourself. You always see me do that. And sometimes I do it just to, Arnold, he has a pretty good advice on this too in the Pumping Iron. That's one of my favorite movies. Pumping Iron. He was talking about how you have a workout plan and your muscles adapt to it. So he's like, what are you doing? You got to show them. He was basically saying you have to shock the muscles by switching up your workout. You just do the same routine, you get used to it. Your muscles, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do 50 push-ups. We're going to do 100 curls in 4 sets or, whatever the situation is. So you have to shock the muscles, put them, mix up the days or like do totally different exercises. Or if you were doing this and your body like adjusted to it, add an extra set in there, or do it to fatigue, to failure. You got to switch it up. You got to trick. Yeah, exactly. You got to trick them. What are you doing? Yeah, show them. It's like I'm getting a sense of calming every day and night. What are you doing down there? So, yeah, I believe that the same goes for just success in general. Sometimes everything's on the up and up. Like, I'm about to switch this mic out. Nothing wrong with it. I want to try something else. I want to see if something else had my voice sounding more buttery. Fuck it. Learn something else new. That's why I always, for me, I like to keep things fresh and switch certain things up. I just bought a new shower curtain for the bathroom. Just to switch shit up. I like to switch shit up. Not that I didn't even need a new shower curtain. I want to switch shit up. Your muscles don't grow. So I hope this provided some level of value for people. I was gonna talk about some more boxing, but I got some stuff I need to do. Good talking to everybody. Yeah, you got to change the look. And see, you also got to see what kind of works. Like I'm currently I'm doing that with my travel setup. I have like certain gear that I bring, but I'm trying to fine tune it and to see like the perfect setup for when I'm covering these fights. Because certain things work good and work better. but we working at it. I promise you that. And for that, I will. Oh my gosh, I'm about to baptize. I'm about to baptize 2019. Let's get it. I feel so good. I feel motivated. It all starts with a game plan. I've been working on this for a minute. We finally getting there. We just chipping away at it, you know? And then when you work hard enough, you'll notice you don't even know when it changes, but it stops becoming a struggle. You know? Like I used to wake up with anxiety almost. Like, damn, I got to do this video. I got to do this video, you know, back in the day. Because I didn't have a game plan. I wasn't as fluid. I was just trying to make it work. Now you see us, we having fun. What are you doing? Show them. What are you doing down there? This shit fun now. Oh, we getting into that groove. Oh yeah. We got that groove right now. That's what happens when you're in that zone. When you get real familiar. Start feeling like Mayweather. You start feeling real sharp. Like I said before, he's a hell of a competitor. I just feel like I'm a hell of a competitor. I've been here before. This ain't nothing new to me. Shout out to the Eagles Army. The Vampire Street. Hey, is the new iPhone worth upgrading? One thing I hate is when you want support from friends and family, but they show you their true colors. Don't hit me up when I'm on, cause I'm a bird box your ass on God and them. No, I feel you. I mean, the thing is, it depends. I mean, you know the relationship better than me, but a lot of people, again, I'm trying to tell y'all, a lot of people are afraid. They don't know what's out there, so there's like a traditional path of success that is almost expected and taught, even in school. Go to school, get an education, go to college, get a degree, and that's cool. And like I said, that works for some people. But when you derive from that game plan, that traditional game plan, people look at you like you're doing it wrong, you know? And I don't believe in that because there's a lot of things that they don't teach you. Like, for example, see, now y'all got me in my bag. Let's say somebody went to San Francisco and got a degree in journalism, right? Sports journalism. They want to cover boxing. Who the fuck you think is going to be more efficient straight out the gates, me or them? Now, I don't have a degree in journalism, but who do you think is going to be more ready to cover, let's say, the biggest fight, you know, Mayweather versus Pacquiao 2 or some shit? Who's going to be more ready? The person that just got out of school with no real on the job, real life experience, or the person who's tried and tested, failed, learned, you know, I've had, since, you know, covering boxing, I've had fails, like, oh, I didn't bring this for a trip, I needed this and didn't have it, I didn't even have it in my arsenal, you know, I've went through those things, you know, so it's on the job training is different. You got to understand, a lot of people, there's some people out there that are test takers. You know, they'll memorize stuff and be able to score well on the test. That doesn't give you street smarts. That doesn't give you common sense. That doesn't give you creativity, you know, the ability to test take. So just because someone has a journalism degree There's people that cover these fights right now that got journalism degree. When it comes to boxing, they ain't fucking with me. You know, there's people with degrees that don't know shit about boxing. Super biased, you know, they have like inherent biases and, you know, don't know how to break down fights. You know, some of them are probably racist where they have, you know, these preordained thoughts to certain fighters. So at the end of the day, there's nothing like real life, you know, experience. Look at Canelo and Triple G. Triple G got a silver medal. Canelo got no medal. Didn't even really have an amateur background, but Canelo just beat him. Canelo been doing this since he was 15, and he has like more fights than Golovkin from doing it, because that was his path. That was his journey. He just had to keep fighting since age 15, stayed undefeated up until Floyd, and then he was able to beat a silver medalist. Same thing with Salido. Orlando Salido got knocked out in his pro debut. Lomachenko got 2 Olympic gold medals. I was a guy who got knocked out. Also, shout out to Mexico. Mexico be having some warriors and shit. I was a guy that got knocked out in his pro debut, who turned pro when he was about 15. Orlando Salido beat a guy who has 2 Olympic gold medals. I don't care if he was overweight, he fought dirty. I don't care about it. He beat him. How did he do that? A guy who was getting knocked out in his very first fight, his very first boxing fight, he got knocked out. Move out. Beat a guy with 2 Olympic gold medals because he has something that Lomachenko didn't have at the time. Experience. On the job, real life. He got knocked the fuck out a couple of times. He lost to Yuriorkis Gamboa. He lost to Mikey Garcia. You know, fought Robert Guerrero, fought Juan Manuel Marquez, and learned. The great thing about learning, what you learn, if you choose to retain it, there's no taking it back. So every time I go, like for me, when I go on fight trips and I see what worked and what didn't work, there's no turning back now. I have that information. It's stowed away. I got it right now. I know, okay, I forgot to bring this, or I needed to buy this. Now, you know, like I said, as long as you retain it, write it down or whatever, we don't have to worry about that again. You can't duplicate that. You can't duplicate real life experience. You know, so I don't care. People are like, oh, I have a journalism degree. I don't care if you went to Harvard. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about none of that. That don't mean you know more than me. That don't mean you resonate with the people. That don't mean you can get on this mic. See, and that's the thing. Like, I don't have a journalism degree, but I could bless this mic right now. You know, I could get on here and talk to the people for 2 hours. A degree doesn't give you that. You know, my pride, I used to rap. You know, I've taken acting classes. So that's my journey that got us to this point. So I was built for this. I've been groomed for this. You going to, you know, someone going to school and having a degree, you might be shy on the mic. You don't know how to, your voice might not be power. You know, there's just different things. I was born to do what I'm doing. Believe that. Anyway, I'm out. A little bit different for a vampire stream, but I like it. I want to wish everyone a successful 2019. Like I said, I got some new purchases I want to get. So now we put some plans in motion. We working. Shout out to Real Brother 32, RTD, online, all my real grinders. Like I told you, this is a real life community. I want to see y'all thrive. More money. Shout out to Andre Griffin, $10 super chat. Just got off work, dropping in on the Vampire Stream, 3:30 a.m. in Chicago. Be safe. Shout out to Chicago. Ego getting me home. Peace, brother. Man, that's what I do it for. I'm glad for everybody, every true fan and supporter, whether we agree or disagree. I appreciate you guys. And I'm going to work hard. Shout out to Daryl. He said, we rolling with you. Yo, man, the channel members have been great. Shooters have been great. We just working. It's going to be a glorious year for us. I don't know about Anthony Joshua. I don't know who he's trying to fight, but for us, we doing we doing what we supposed to be doing. Best stream so far 2019. Listen, I'm glad if there's anything you can take away from this. I'm gonna try to do more, just talk. We your team ego. I'm already knowing ego's army. We just working, we grinding, we vibing. This is what we do. And you know, here's another here I'm gonna leave with this piece of advice too. A lot of people, they focus on what's going wrong. Another piece of advice for success is don't be that person. Don't just focus on what's going wrong. Sometimes you got to take a step back, become completely, just complete and utter humility, and just stop. I like, not to get all personal, but sometimes when I'm in the shower or I'm driving, these are times where I think about stuff like this. And you just think about how far you've come. Even if you're not where you need to be or you still have work to do, just think about how far you've come. And that should keep you going. Because I look at it, I look where boxing was before I started this, and I look where boxing is now, and I have no choice but to believe that I played a part in this. Without any shadow of a doubt, I played a part in this. And it's not just me being arrogant. Fans tell me, like, oh, yo, I watch your channel and I always go to you for the new. I feel like what's happening, us getting good fight, I feel like I helped get us here. I'm not saying I'm the only one and I'm the only thing but I know I've been consistent, and I know I've given my all to boxing, and I've done it at a high level. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at how far you've come. Don't just look at the negatives, and, that's ungrateful. Just to be like, oh yeah, I want this, I want that. Like I just told you before the stream started, I started looking at different things that I want to buy to enhance the channel. So it gave me some new goals. But I'm completely appreciative to just looking back on it. There was a time where I couldn't get into the fights. They didn't know who the fuck I was. But they know me now. That in itself, that shows progress. Footprints in the sand. You could see, you could tell when you've been working. Yes, we've been following you since Monday mail days. See, that's what I'm talking about. So we got more work to do, but I like where everything's at. Everything is like at a good. I just feel like we had a good place in boxing. Like we're getting some good fights. Life is fun. We have entertainment, and it took a minute to get here. So there's times where I feel overwhelmed or stressed, but then what I do is look how far I've come. This is what I said I wanted. So how can there's a time where I couldn't get into fights. They didn't know who I was. Couldn't get into fight. I had no cosign. I had nobody vouching for me. Couldn't get into fights. So how can now that I'm getting a fight, I can't let that overwhelm me. I got to be like, oh shit, this is what I said I wanted. I wanted to get into the fights. Now I got to make the most of it. Shout out to all y'all. Smash the like button. Told you we the realest live stream. We just working. This shit easy. This some easy work. But I hope you guys enjoyed more on the channel. YouTube still hasn't gotten back with me. We have some little minor issues. People aren't getting the videos. Trying to tell y'all. They're on your phone at the bottom. It says subscriptions. Fuck with the channel. Make that your new go-to spot. If you're subscribed to me, go to that, because the home feed that YouTube has you looking at can be whatever, based on whatever their algorithm is and what they're anticipating and what they think you want to watch. If you subscribe to certain subscribers by going to the subscription page, that should bring up new content from subscribers that you've invested in, or you want to see their content. Because I know some people, and then in turn, by going and looking at your subscriptions, I'm not saying don't look at that home feed, but look at your subscriptions probably first, because these are people you actually took the time to hit the subscribe button on. And then when you start watching more of their content and watching it, then your homepage is going to reflect that, because they're going to be like, oh, this person fucks with Boxingego videos. But the thing is, with the way, and I don't want to get all into it, but the way it's set up is some people aren't getting notifications, you know? So as a result, they don't watch video A. They don't watch video A, then you might not get recommended video B. So the channels that you actually fuck with, you got to make it your business to, look for their content. And that's the easiest way that I found is check your subscriptions first, because that home feed, like, they be having all types of shit. Like, I could have watched, a Chuck E. Cheese's commercial for one specific reason, and then now it's recommending all these Chuck E. Cheese commercials. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just a little tidbit. AZ, landlord. All BS aside, ego and no dick riding ego, you have rep with integrity and consistency and a thought process that makes people think in a more critical way. Salute. That's what I'm here for. I appreciate you, though. That's what I'm here for. Like, that's the other thing that makes me happy is, like, knowing I did it my way. I didn't have to sell my soul. I didn't have to be some fake person. Anybody that knows me in personal, like in life before boxing, before YouTube, before it took off for me, if they, I don't fear that any of them watch the video. I'm the same guy. I'm the same person. And that's a good feeling. I know other people can't say that. They're a character. They get online and start acting like crazy, and people who know them, like, there's some people that be like rah rah rah, you know, like they, I don't know, mafioso or something. And then to people that really know you, people from your block and stuff, they'd be like, well, what the fuck? When did he get like this? That's not how he act. And I know for me, that can't be said. Ain't nobody that knows me personally that can be like, oh yeah, ego, he's not, like, doing the impressions and stuff. This is who I've always been. So I'm just glad through it all, I didn't have to be on no Illuminati or no bullshit. I didn't have to sell my soul for this shit. Anyway, holla at the kid. We working. New content coming soon. Again, if you guys have suggestions on what you want, now is the time, because it's the first month. Before we get out of this first month, if there's things that you want more and more and more of that would appease you as a consumer and, like, subscriber of the channel, let it be known then, as Snoop Dogg would say. We working. Please believe that. The vampire. Thank you for tuning in.